Hello and welcome, my lovely Scorpio. This is your Virgo seasonal cross reading. It'll be the equivalent of a monthly reading on my website, on my channel here. And this is actually because we have entered Virgo season. Virgo moved into Sun on the 23rd of August. Virgo moved into Venus on the 21st of August. And on August 30th, we have this new moon, this super moon in Virgo that is going to put all the astral bodies, key astral bodies, into Virgo. Mars is also actually in Virgo. So it's a lot of energy for Virgo, and it is just, what do we need to know with all this earth energy pulling on us? All right, so we have the Sun card. This is the Sun in Virgo is the Eight of Pentacles. That's why that card is here. It is a work in progress. Virgo does bring about the harvest. So the harvest is coming. We're finishing up that work, coming into mastery. Virgo is also about, it has the purpose to correct. And it is necessities versus ego. But it's also with the Sun card here, your happiness, your freedom from adult worldly anxieties. This is the outward self, renewed, revitalized after leaving the dark night of the soul and having faced fears. So I'm going to pull some cards for that and clarifiers for that. The Sun is sanctuary from the moon, and darkness are ways to shine. So we come into the moon. And the moon in Virgo, we're going to have that new moon in Virgo. It is a problem-solving moon. It's going to create king tides. It's going to pull on the energy so hard. There's going to be a 10-foot wave coming upstream, a river going backwards in Gloucestershire, England, because of this moon, and it actually is going to create flooding. Hang in there in the UK, but it's that powerful of moon. It will change the earth. It will change the water within us. This is our vulnerable selves. This crayfish, the lobster on the cards, is all about useless armor, because it's all about what the moon is all about, what lies beneath. It's the fearful self. It's the crisis of faith self. It is imagination and illusion versus spirit. It is dark night of the soul, but it also is relying on your senses rather than logic. And it is the safety versus the bounty of reality. What are we really scared of? And it probably doesn't matter, is this crazy thing about it. It said the moon has the ability to make us see monsters where there are none, and see refuge where there is danger. So be very careful with the moon card. But it pulls us into this energy of Virgo for sure, a whole season. And then we're going to do a love portion of the reading, represented by the Empress card here. The Empress card is the Venus in Virgo card. Venus, the planet being of love and warmth. The Empress is nurturing. She's creativity and abundance, sensuality and security. She is confident in her authority and her rule over her kingdom. This is how can I develop my creativity, abundance, and love, all intertwined for Venus and Virgo. We're going to pull some love cards on that. And then, of course, we have the seasonal card, the Hermit card, the Virgo card. This is about needing privacy for silence and discretion, to break with convention. It's an opportunity for time away. And in this Virgo season, it's probably time away on some very tedious, mind-numbing work that'll get you where you need to be. It's just work that's required at the moment so you can find your own inner light. Okay, and then of course, Scorpio, I have you. This is the Death card. This is your card. This is change can happen in an instant. This is also, if you are the sign of creativity that I create, because you are walking away from the dark night of the soul, walking towards the sunshine, leaving death, quite easily changing up, Scorpios. All right, remember, this is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Moon, Rising, and house positions, and will still not apply to all, but because of the setup of the reading, messages can pop up anywhere for anyone, and these positions of the planets will not necessarily, the stories will not necessarily connect, or the messages. All right, me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. These are intention cards. They're kind of like training wheels for a tarot reader, but the energy, I love it so much, I still use them. And I get a lot of messages, especially for somebody who's like a Scorpio. Your energy is all over the place. You're always got your fingers in a million pies and just adventurous. You know what, you're a little more focused than that, but you guys just are willing to take the jump, and that's what I love about Scorpios. You're just, okay, This is what's going to happen. All right, 3 cards for the Sun. I have the 6 of Swords in the upright, the King of Swords in the upright, and the Empress in reverse. Okay. I've been pulling this Empress in reverse since Virgo season started, and it has a lot to do with your position in society, your social position right now. It feels like, you know, people are talking about that new earth feeling. This is going to be you coming into your new earth sensibility. And it has nothing to do with anything traditional or value. I do have this King of Swords. This is somebody paying attention to you, spying on you. Perhaps you're gathering information on something, and it's because you've had to leave something. You had to escape something. You had to get out of something. And it feels like you have to get out of the conventional world. It feels like you're just too embedded. As per usual, Scorpio, I almost always pick up this message from you. You just seem so embedded in the orthodoxy, in the traditional world. And there's nothing wrong with that with certain points. But every single point, you don't need to check the boxes. You don't need to be like everybody else. And I think you've made that move to get out of it. This very swordsy move. It was quite a chopping, just like, I gotta go. And you left. But now you're kind of like, oh, I may have disrupted my kingdom a little bit with this, but I'm still not going to do it the way everybody wants me to do it, because it just doesn't make sense. It's just not Scorpio. And it's, I'll pull some clarifiers from Cartomancy here. See if we can get some more details on this. Jack of Diamonds. This is entrepreneurial card. It is in reverse. Yeah, it's like a business you had to get out of, or some kind of work you had to get out of, a contract you had to get out of with this 2 of Swords in reverse. It's something you're wary about, that you just don't want to commit to it, or you finally finished up a contract. And this is your happiness, but it's a little dark, but it's very Scorpio. You finished up your contract and you're out. You're goodbye. This is very getting out of the military. It was great while it lasted, but you know what? I need to do something else. And it's just Queen of Clovers. That would be me, but it is also the card of an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody in your energy who is extremely nurturing, encouraging. If you're looking for a solution, talking to this person for 5 minutes will give you that answer, those solutions, those Virgo energy, because they just kind of pull that out of people. It's what I do for a living right now, or I'm working on, and it is that Queen of Clovers. They have solutions. They have the ability to push something forward, or get the way to move forward. And you're looking for these solutions. You're either pulling on that energy, or you might have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your energy, but it's just that energy of, I have the solution. They're going to tell you to sleep on it and have some dreams. Don't be afraid to have your sword at your hip or your gun under your pillow to do so. It's not that there's anything dangerous coming, but you feel the anxiety and you're just going to sleep. So for some reason, Scorpios, my stinger class, you just do very well when you know you are safe in your sleep. You need to sleep on this. You need to rest on it. You need to step away from it. You don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to have to carry a sword or a gun anymore. You don't want to be, I always get Scorpios very law enforcement or very security conscious, and it's just, you're overly security conscious right now because you're just, remember the Moon card. We're in the Sun card, and perhaps the reason you're in the Sun is because you're pulling sanctuary from the Moon, and the Moon is going to tell you, this is like, pay attention to your dreams. This is like, you're going to get the answer there. It's rest. You got to stop. You got to like slow down. You can't run through this. It's that slow process. But remember, it's that one of the themes of the moon, of the new moon, is going to be safety versus the bounty of reality. And you feel like wherever you were was a little overly sheltered, perhaps. It was just not real. And so it was not a place where you could succeed in your Scorpio. It was so inauthentic. It was kind of like, there was something half-assed and fake about it. It's just fakery almost is what keeps coming out. It just wasn't real. And you're kind of looking around and you're like, I can't play this game when real life is happening. There are better things to get to, says Scorpio. Let's go to the Moon card. 9 of Pence. You have a way to your self-made man or woman. And it's probably why you have such anxiety in your sun position, because your success is hiding from you, or you are hiding from your success. You're afraid to be vulnerable for that success. Yeah, this is the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Fool card upright. You're going on a journey, and you are not bringing love with you. You got no love to bring. This is kind of like has that solo feeling. It is that feeling of, I just got to get out of here, because you are actually spying your 9 of Pence. And it has nothing to do with love. You're not so worried about that, my Scorpios, even though you like to be all up in your feels and thinking about it. The big thing right now is action. You want to take this unknown and you want to step forward anyway, because you see, okay, what I see is, you see like, okay, this is when you see the end zone. And you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know how many downs you're going to do. You don't know all the plays you're going to do in this moment. You see the finish line. But you're going to be running a marathon, and maybe you haven't trained that well, so you're going to have to run like every other mile, walk a mile in, or you're going to have to, this is kind of that energy of, I don't have much of a strategy to get to this 9 of Pence. That is the Moon card. That is a knowing card. It's not with love. It's not from the heart. But I'm going to go find it. You're just going to go. This feels like a going towards something that you've thought of in the past before, that you've wanted in the past before, perhaps a dream you let die that you're going back to. It feels like you're going back to it. You're taking this full energy and you're like, damn, my 9 of Pence is there. That is so happy and joyous and lit up that this little bird wants to come and just hang out with me. And it has that energy of, yeah, just, we're going to do this now. I've been kind of dealing with the traditional sun life and doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm in a position now where I can do what I want to do. And I'm going to, because I'm a Scorpio, right? Is that what it is? That's the message there. And you're willing to leave everything behind, which is so Scorpio. Most of us pull the Fool card in reverse because we just don't want to, we want to drag that wagon of shit behind us no matter what. And you just can't on certain adventure. 8 of Diamonds. All right, the first thing you're going to have to do to come into your 9 of Diamonds is balance your money. Find out where you are and what needs to go out and what needs to come in, and then do the work. There's some kind of work that needs to be done. This is Virgo season. Something is going to change for this Virgo season for you, where you're going to come out of that humdrum traditional sense of trying to make it like everybody else and just moving on. And you're going to be able to finish a cycle of pain and ugh. And I hate working this job, and I hate doing this thing, and I hate, you know, that's all coming, that's all going to go away very soon once you do the work. Yeah, 5 of Swords is a work card, but it's also that working with a sword. It's fighting through something. I need you to put down your swords. 10 of Swords says put them down and walk away, but usually they're like stuck in your back anyway, so you need to like pull them out and just walk away. Nobody wants to hang around with bloody swords, except for you, maybe, Scorpio, with this 5 of Swords card. You're like, I need to give up my 10 of Swords, but it's really hard to give up the fighting. It's really hard to give up the fight for you, my loves. Yeah, Ace of Diamonds. Yeah, you got to roll solo. You got to do this solo. This is definitely the Wounded Warrior card. This is going into the last battle, but knowing you're going to win because you're going to come into a 10. A lot of completion energy here. Like the summer is ending, Virgo season is starting, and you're just like, boom, I'm about to come into Scorpio season, and we know Scorpios can pull on that energy. Once you stand in your own power, you stand alone. You kind of have that sense of my wounds are healing. I've got them wrapped up, but I'm still going in, you know. You can have that Ace of Diamonds. You can have that in your beginning, and it's going to be a gift from the heavens. You're practically going to get a purple rose that says, go this way. Look for the signs. There's going to be a sign of something or some kind of gift that just falls in your lap. Once you pull on this energy of balancing your pence and just doing some general work, even down to like just cleaning out your home, preparing for something new. When you prepare for a new baby, you prepare a room for them. This is like that sense of preparing space preparing your workload, kind of like setting up your own schedule. Virgo is very about routines and schedule and the everyday and how you use your energy in that way. But this is more so like I'm just setting that in a general way with what I have now, so that when I finally get this energy of independence and standing on my own feet and being able to fight my own battles, this new beginning in finance is just going to, or value, is just going to drop in my lap, and I'm going to be like, what the heck? No, you did the work. You're going to do the work for it, Scorpio. It's very, you just need to finish stuff. There's so much you need to close out here. And it's not a surprise you having the Death card. You're an energy. You're very natural to come to a natural ending and a new beginning, a rebirth, a restart. Let's see what we can pick up on love, and then we'll get some messages from Spirit on the Empress card here for my Scorpios. Ooh, you were waiting for something. The Three of Wands is waiting. Actively waiting. I couldn't imagine Scorpio sitting down for very long, but actively waiting for an inspiration. And this is the Lovers card in reverse. You're actively waiting for an inspiration that just doesn't seem to be coming. You're just not really feeling love right now. I don't have a lot of heart cards here in this reading. It's just not what you're feeling. You're feeling you want that creative inspiration. You want that abundance. You want that security. This is very little to do with sensuality or love, or this is that earthy Venus energy of, I'm just going to wait for love and kind of think of other things right now. But love isn't always romantic love. So let's see. This lover might be a Gemini in reverse in your energy, that you're waiting for information, a message from them perhaps. But whatever it is, it's just not moving forward in love for you right now. It's not even your focus. It's like you don't even give a rat's ass. You're just kind of, you've got the goal picked out. I think you know who you want. This is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius card, but it also, especially a Sagittarius card with the Archer. This is about hitting your mark, but you do have to choose your mark. And it feels more like you've begun to start this journey. You haven't actually chosen your mark yet, so that's why you haven't pulled back your arrow. You don't really have much going on in love right now. You just don't see, you're just thinking about the conflict of love right now. You're not even thinking about love in a good way, so you're totally out of it. You just don't want it right now, but you're waiting for it though. So it's not closing off love in your life. It's just that there's so much uncertainty there. And right now you feel like you need the certainty of, there are other things you need to focus on, earthy, Virgo-y things. And you're just going to kind of let love do what it's doing. And there is a little hesitation with the Two of Clovers. That is, will we or won't we, or are we going to do this? And it is in reverse, so it feels like we won't, because there's this Five of Clovers is also arguing and fighting, and it's conflict, it's dis-ease. And you're just like, I'm just going to not. You're just going to not do anything, even though you might be going on some dates and entertaining some people. Possibly a Gemini, but you just don't want that convolutedness of love right now. You're just so focused on earthy things. Let's get advice from Spirit, or the main focus of this Virgo season, and this height of Virgo season with the new moon in Virgo, that problem-solving moon. Again, I have with this other deck, the Devil. First of all, we have the Devil. This is a monster you've created. It's the Frankenstein card, too. It is, I maybe stayed too long. I maybe built too big of a monster, and it does need to be dismantled. It does take time. It can be the addiction monster or another type of dependency. And this is the Nine of Pence. Again, popping up in your reading. This is like the card that just keeps popping up in everybody's reading. A self-made man or a woman. Really having your money under control. It's also the individual card. There's a lot of solo, lone wolf kind of energy in this reading. And even though you are going to ride solo, and there are things that you have to dismantle. It's perhaps even, I think I talked about, like, you finished a contract or something, so you can walk away from this. This is her. She's moving away from this Devil card because she's moving into something else. And she's, again, look at this bird, 9 of Pentacles. I'm doing so well that the birds just come and sit by me. They just want to eat my biscuits. You're going to come into that, a calmer way of making money. All right, this is the Tower in reverse. This is sudden, sharp energy. I think you saw it coming. You were preparing for this. It's probably why you couldn't focus on love and why you're so focused on the 9 of Pentacles. This is a bit of shocking information that destroys everything. But you're not even stressed about it somehow. I feel like, Scorpio, you saw this coming with the Tower in reverse. But moreover, when the Tower explodes and blows up, there's a lot of debris and a lot of materials hanging around, and you're just going to start building a new tower. That's why you're pulling this 9 of Pentacles energy. You let the tower fall. Like I said, you are dismantling something from your past, and I think you've already begun it. So the tower wasn't really that shocking to you. It's it's not that shocking to you. 4 of Cups in reverse. Your heart is going to start to tickle a little in this month, no matter what you say. And you're going to try and not do the 9 of Cups. You're really avoiding love right now. You just don't feel like it's at the time to get into love. And Spirit says, yeah, it's okay to give it up a little, not to have too much love going on in your life, Scorpios. Because you might be going through a divorce, you have a little justice in your love department. And a 9 of Cups in reverse tells me this is probably a breakup. This breakup, it might be the separation, might be what's challenging your Empress position, where you stand, your stature in society. It's fair divisions is the Justice card. It's why it's the breakup card for me. But it's also, it's just the card of making a proper decision, making the right decisions overall, and you're obviously making a decision to not be in love right now, to not work with love right now. Let me pull a card for you. You're just working on this tower not falling on your head, and you're going to do it. You're going to focus on that, and that is probably the best way to put your energy. Yeah, you just don't feel balanced. You feel that little fear of moving forward, that fear of speaking out, that fear of there's just something you don't know about love, and it's not information that's forthcoming. So again, you don't always get to know every little thing, so you're just going to step away. You have other things to focus on anyway. Congratulations, being able to live through a tower moment that you completely saw coming and that you were completely ready for is pretty damn amazing. I just feel like you recognize, I got a problem, I got a monster in my life, and I'm just working my way out of it. And but there's still some things you just don't know. You ain't playing with that. You're playing with the information you can work with right now. And that's a really good way to work with Virgo season. It's about bringing about the harvest, bringing about quite a lot of comfort for the winter season. So let's get ready for that. Instead of like goofing off with something that's really, it just feels like it's ending anyway. All right, thank you, my Scorpios, for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Book a personal reading. Lots of information below on that in the box below. Or email me, qclovers1111@gmail.com. You could even email me and let me know what you think of this reading. But definitely have a great Virgo season, my lovely Scorpios.